I'm Finn from the Vales, and our new EP, The Troubles of the Brain, has just come out. We recorded it all at my place in London. We recorded the bulk of it myself, and then brought in Bernard towards the end to kind of correct my fuck-ups.
What was it like working with Bernard?
It's good. We first worked together when I was about 17, so it was about 10 years ago now.
Alright, so it's been ongoing, sort of.
Yeah, it has. Yeah. I mean, it's always been only a few days at a time with years in between, so it's, yeah, it's good. Yeah, he's just good at all the stuff I'm not so good at, so it works in that way.
Was that like when you first worked with him then, like when you were 17, was that a bit nerve-wracking, like having that sort of, that pedigree and that heritage that he had?
No, I didn't know anything about him when we first worked with him. I don't know, I was just completely out of my depth with everything at that time, like rough trade and touring and all these things that, I don't know, I couldn't tell the difference between one intimidating thing and another. That's good in a way. Yeah. Yeah, so we've been on rough trade for I think 9 or 10 years. But this is the first thing we've released ourselves. We set up a label called Pitch Beast. Yeah, it's kind of an experiment in complete independence, I suppose. Which is kind of in keeping with the general approach with the EP, really, which is attempting to do as much ourselves as possible. Yeah, it's just an experiment, really. See if we are capable of that. Yeah.
Is it proving okay so far?
It is. All the things I thought would be really hard, more the kind of administrative things. I don't really know what you had to do to have a label, but apparently you just call the guy and you got one. It's quite good. I guess making it successful is the hard bit. And I'm not. My manager helps a lot with it. So I'm like useless at anything monetary or businessy. It's just that thing, like, because you don't want to be involved in all that side of things. You don't want to be thinking about what will sell and what won't. But it's kind of weird that once you think you can think about that less when you have your own label, because you don't have to prove it to anyone. You don't have to prove that it'll make money to anyone. So you just make what you want, and then it comes out. So I like that freedom a lot. It's good to have people to help out, because I just run it into the ground within seconds, I think. I was given the reins entirely.
Do you think like the landscape's changed in terms of making albums to sell though?
Well, yeah, I don't know really. I've kind of, the whole time I've been in making records, it's just been going steadily downhill or record sales have been anyway. So I don't really know another time. I just hear mainly like stories from my dad and his friends and stuff with him, man, like stupid fucking amounts of money they'd spend on things. That's the only hint of a different time, I suppose, and that, you know, you could be a kind of pretty underground band in the 80s and still sell, you know, 100,000 records, you know, which is not really the case anymore. I don't know, I'm in two minds about it. I think I understand why people wouldn't pay for something that you can get for free. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see, I guess. I mean, it's kind of when you're starting your own label, I don't know if that's just a mad thing to do in these times. I don't know. But then it's like, it's even madder if you're on someone else's label, so it's like you're borrowing money off someone.
Yeah.
You know. It seems like it's, yeah, I think it's a good idea. It seems like the least crazy of two crazy things you could be doing. What was it all?
Are you going to be playing any shows soon?
Shows. We're doing one in Istanbul in 2 weeks. And then not any others, for a while. We're just we were touring for like 8 years pretty consistently, and this last year has been the first solid chunk of time where I could just write, and I'm anxious to not give that up just yet. I think once you start touring, we'll just keep going, and I wanna just segue into doing a record. But it's hard to turn down a show in Istanbul, and we also got one in Transylvania as well, which I really want to do. I don't know who turns up at a show in Transylvania. Farmers and vampires, obviously. That sounds like a party. I guess it's an EP, not an album. I don't know. I didn't want to make a stingy album, which I felt like it would be. So a lot of the songs are quite short, and it's quite, it's an experiment, the whole thing. So I thought, a 7-song generous EP is, and a nicer way to go, really. It's very much a bridge. Like, I didn't feel ready to do an album yet, and
so you weren't tempted to sort of like try and knock together a few more songs to make it an album?
Well, everyone else was saying, just stick like 3 more songs on and then it's an album, but I don't think that was really, it just didn't make sense really to do that. I've never made an EP before, and it's a nice new structure to play with. Yeah.
So are you going to be starting a new album this year? Or?
Yeah, I want to move onto it as soon as possible. That's the other thing with touring as well. It just sucks up a lot of time. And I just want to keep going, going.
So have plans of that? Back to London to do that, or?
Yeah, well, certainly to write. I don't know really. It all feels very on the tip of the tongue, but not quite said. And yes, we'll see. I'd love to make it back here, or I don't know. London's just a bastard for getting anything done like that, because everything's so expensive, and you've got no space, and so I'd like to make a record back here. It's just logistics. I don't know. I'm just going to forget all that stuff for now and just write it. Yeah. It's doing very well. This has been from Wales on Cheese on Toast. Thanks very much.